Welcome back to my Corona Garage. I'm Ray, your host, and today we're going to talk a little bit about motorcycles and custom cars, specifically SEMA custom cars from our good friends over at Gooichi Motors. Sam and Sabrina, the dynamic duo of SEMA builds. I'd say there's a high percentage of people that start with motorcycles, and Sam started with some of the most incredible motorcycles you've seen, and then going from two-wheel to four-wheel. And so you see these guys that are able to, really hone their craft, and then they go and they move into custom cars and taking all that knowledge from building a custom bike, from the buildup of the engine to the color of the paint, the style, the design, everything that you can learn doing a motorcycle. When I was just a kid, I got my first motorcycle at about age 9, and I was able to learn so much from that. I mean, I cleaned every little spoke on that motorcycle and disassembled the actual engine itself, and I just learned so much from it, and it gave me a great platform to move on to, obviously, to cars and then into racing and race cars. So start with a motorcycle. It's a great place to learn. It's not that expensive, and you can kind of fine tune and hone your skills of like engine building, painting, you name it, you can learn it. So tear it down, restore it, and have fun while doing that. And if there's any time right now, this would be a great time to pick up an old bike and just strip it down and work on it and get it running again. So today we'll start the evolution of a custom car builder from a motorcycle guy to a car guy. We'll visit with Sam and Sabrina. Sabrina has got her own skill set. She gets her hands dirty, that happens to really have a passion for cars, driving cars, working on cars. So Sam and Sabrina are quite the power couple. Anyway, sit back, relax, watch the show. You can see some really cool stuff that Sam has worked on in the past and what he's kind of working towards too. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Hey, name's Sam Morris from Gooichi Motors here in Waxahachie, Florida. I'd say my biggest influence, can't really pick one specific person, but I'd say just Super Street, the magazines in general. I think growing up, a lot of that kind of molded me into what I liked, what I enjoyed. It kind of molded me into a builder for sure. Of course, Magnus Walker, Jesse James. Any of the guys that really have that eye and that passion behind their builds. Yeah, there's a lot of guys out there, but I'd say those two for sure. Basically into cars all throughout high school. Decided that's what I wanted to be a part of, so I went to automotive college for that. While I was there, big into the bike scene, started building motorcycles, and then kind of jumped back and forth between cars and bikes, and got enough interest from people around town that wanted to build some stuff, so started the shop, and then here we are, years later. Me and Sabrina started talking on an online chat room, I think on AOL or something, a long time ago. Basically automotive chat room. Met her, always kind of talked online, never really went anywhere. Then, a few years later we got a chance to meet in person, and then I think from then on it was, we're together. So she's got that R32 behind me. It's GTR, we're doing a full ground up build on it. She's got an M6, and she's in it just as, it's a good thing. So I think how I get away with the stuff we do around here and all the projects, I think I get a little bit more leniency out of her. But yeah, she's in it with me here every day with Gooichi, working hard.
So this one I want to at least be twice as fast. I'd say at least over 1,000. I want to be able to compete with Sam's RX-7 over here, and I'd like to beat it. A lot of the knives I collect are all titanium or have really crazy materials like Damascus and things that are really rare and expensive. just like cars. So that was our little side business that we started, what was that, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And we started making little piston beads. So you can put them on a knife and a keychain, whatever you want.
Yeah, I think, we're actually incorporating the knife kind of community into more car parts. So we're using a lot of the rare materials and some shift knobs that we're machining in different products. So we're kind of crossing over from the knife community over to the car community and back and forth. So.
BMW M6. It's very fast and comfortable. It's more of a luxury car. Saying that I drive it pretty hard.
The Challenger we built, I mean, that was my daily for 10 years, and it was, I can't even count how many tires we put on that car before we decided to tear it apart. And I wasn't going to touch it, I wasn't going to do anything to it. It already has 400 something horsepower, what am I going to do to it? It's fine, just leave it alone. Then a month later, we had the motor pulled and the cam in it. Then 10 years later, it snowballed into 1,400 horsepower and sequential and all sorts of craziness. Yeah, so Pistachio RX-7, oh man, it's been like 12 years now that I've owned that car. Basically, we just wanted to build a LS V8 RX-7. Picked up the shell, had a motor, decided we could make it fit, so we built the cross member for it. The whole car is just meant to be driven, so it was pretty ratty back in the day. Put a turbo on it, made a ton of horsepower, had fun with it, and then we got the call to take it to SEMA, or be able to take a car to SEMA. So decided it was time to basically tear it down and refinish it like our show bikes. So took it all the way down, refinished every nut and bolt, kind of rebuilt the whole thing. I think the color, I don't know, I saw it online and I said, normally when we build a car, build a bike, it's, you go between I want to do black or white, or it's a big process of trying to figure out a color. And that color, I saw it and I said, I'm doing it. And all my friends, everyone was like, no, don't do that. It's gonna look terrible on that car. Don't do it. And I said, no, I'm doing it. It was an instant decision. And the name Pistachio kind of came with it. We specialize, and we've always specialized in ground-up builds. Also, a lot of weird platforms that there's really not a lot of off-the-shelf parts on. So when we're doing a ground-up build that you can't just go buy a part for, we kind of developed into manufacturing parts, designing parts, 3D printing, 3D scanning, CNC machining, all of that. We've kind of developed that in-house. So being able to do that in-house takes our builds, our show builds, kind of the next level, because we can do more than just buying stuff out of a catalog. And at the same time, it's also kind of helped us develop a product line, develop parts that we can sell for race and show cars. So we partner with Gooichi Designs in the UK. He holds a bunch of records out there for time attack in the UK. Now he's over here in the US. So we partnered with him to kind of build a collaborative US time attack build. So we picked up a CRX and in typical American fashion put the biggest motor we could in it. He's used to running the small Honda motors. We did a big V6 swap. Basically, the car's all-wheel drive, did all-wheel drive conversion, sequential transmission, full-link ECU. I mean, it's a full-blown MSA reg time attack car. So we were supposed to take it to SEMA last year. That was the plan, but with some of the custom stuff we were doing, it took longer than we thought. So we held off. We decided let's get it dialed in on the track first. So hopefully 2021 we should be able to take it back and debut it out there. If anyone's ever been to SEMA that's watching this, you can't social distance at SEMA. It's not going to happen. So I think it's a good move for them. I think it's going to be a very, very intense and interesting 2021 SEMA. Because you think about the quality and level of cars that come every single year, and now you basically just told everybody, hey, you get an extra year to build your car. So 2021, I think it's going to be pretty intense. It's going to be a game changer. It's going to be a lot of new products, a lot of new builds, and I think everyone's going to be past this and ready just to hit it hard in 2021 anyways. So I'm excited.
Can't stop.
Next time on My Corona Garage, we're going to go back to the video vault and we're going to see some of these young drivers that are racing in IndyCar series now and kind of see how they got their start, what kind of what kind of cars they were running, and basically just see how they got their start. So tune in, be sure and subscribe to the channel if you would, please. It helps me bring more video footage to you. And so enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy watching your next race. So we'll talk to you soon, and thanks again for watching.